What's up, YouTube? This is your big bro, King's Buzz, back today with another very important message. Please subscribe to my channel, like this video, share this video, leave a comment, let me know what you think about my content. In addition to that, those who feel free to follow me over on IG if you're over there at the King's Buzz. And for those who want to talk to me one-on-one, I do offer consultations. Whatever you decide to do, it'll be greatly appreciated. Let's do some work. I got a good one for you today. This video tonight is a reflection from, you know how on Instagram they give you like a post, or even Facebook, from a post from like 4 or 5 years ago and give you your history and whatnot. So I had a post that came up from like 3-4 years ago, around 2021 2020, and it was about the wisdom of King Solomon. And I did a video, did very well, I had like 20,000 views on it. For those who follow me, I took like 100 or so videos down from my content early on in my days, for a number of reasons. I kind of changed my tone and delivery and whatnot, but that was nevertheless one of my old videos that did fairly well 4 or 5 years ago. And it's about the wisdom of King Solomon. So this video tonight, I've entitled this, and I've lived this: Chosen Ones Need the Wisdom of King Solomon in the Strength of Samson. Chosen ones need the wisdom of King Solomon in the strength of Samson. We're going to tap in tonight. Let's talk about what I mean by that. When you're chosen, you need both. You know, let's be plain. When you are a person who makes a decision to be kind, who makes a decision to be righteous, who makes a decision to be fair, who has standards, who has morals and principles you live by, there are some people who will think that you are slow because of that. Okay? They don't discern that you're choosing to be this way. Like me, for example. There are people sometimes who try to play me like I'm slow. So because I believe in the Bible and God, I'm a goofy. Okay? And I hate to go there, but I'll be, you know, I'm gonna be blunt tonight. You know, I used to slap people back in the days. I'm just being 1,000 with you. You know, back in, high school, when it was a problem, I was the first guy to swing. And not bragging, we this is story time, right? You know how you do story times online? Story time. I was a rider. I was all about that. Who you talk to, bro? My mom, pow, it's up. That was how I get now. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying to boast, I'm saying to say I've never been a guy to play with people. So now that I've made the decision to follow God and do the right thing, you're taking my kindness as me being weak, some people. And many of you will go through that. And I know you all can identify and relate to this. People will sometimes act like you're slow because you're choosing to be kind. And that's why you need that strength of Samson. I think you need both. And you also need that wisdom, because there are people who are trying, like, you're not that smart. Like you're just some person that believes in the Bible, and you know nothing about chemistry. You know nothing about philosophy. You know nothing about business. You know nothing about fitness. You know nothing about music. You're just this irrelevant person on the earth. That's what people want you to be. They want you to be, I know I'm devil's mad tonight. I'm going to call them out just for you. As a chosen man, woman, they want you to be irrelevant and weak. Because if you are truly intelligent and you're not weak, they got to deal with you. When you're not intelligent and you're irrelevant, it's easy to push you to the side. So when they can't push you to the side, this is when they start saying stuff like this. You're supposed to be a person who believes in the Bible. And I ain't supposed to be nothing. I am a person who believes in the Bible. But that doesn't mean that I'm stupid. That doesn't mean that I'm slow. That doesn't mean that I can't tell a joke. Doesn't mean I can't lift weights. Doesn't mean I don't know how to defend myself. I took boxing lessons. I'm not going to let you run up on me. I'm 200 pounds, 6'2", and you can just beat me down from my wife and kids. Ain't nothing happening. I mean, I'm not bragging. Run up on me. It may not work out the way you wanted to. It just my mama. I'm just being honest with you, right? Not looking for no trouble, but if you come that way, I'm not ducking if you come at me. So you say, Aaron, what are you saying? I'm telling you what people are not ready for. They believe because you are chosen or spiritual, that's supposed to mean you're weak or irrelevant, and I'm not with that. I don't believe in that. Some of you need to hear this message. You got to stop letting people treat you a certain way because you are spiritual, because you believe in the Bible, because you believe in God, you are still a man. You are still a woman. You had a certain upbringing. You have a certain way of living your life. So you cannot let people make you this irrelevant person because they don't like what you believe. You see what I'm saying? So now they feel like they have a license to belittle your personality, to belittle your abilities, to belittle your talents, to treat you like you're just an afterthought. And I, for one, believe that when you have the wisdom of Solomon, let's park right there. What type of wisdom Solomon had? Divine. The wisdom to lead a kingdom. The wisdom to understand the animal kingdom. The wisdom to understand how to relate to women. How to lead a family. The wisdom to know how to oversee an empire. So he had a lot of wisdom. We can get wisdom today through reading, reflection, taking courses, talking to people who are wise, having mentors, living life. You're right. There's some wisdom comes from living. Some people have not had enough experience yet. You might have knowledge, but that doesn't mean you have wisdom. Knowledge comes from information and books and material you can download. Wisdom comes often from experience. There is a wealth of wisdom that comes through what you live. When I went to school for 4 years and then I had to work a real job for 4 years, when do you think I was wiser? I'm going to ask you the question. You guys are a smart crowd, right? I went to school for 4 years and then I had to work for 4 years after that. At what point do you think I was wiser? I think you all know the answer to that question. After 4 years of being in the real world. The books don't talk back. When you're in school taking classes, that's great. You need that. I went that path to learn, to get you a base, have a foundation, have a system. Okay, that's okay. But life will teach you some lessons that books can't teach you. You can read 1,000 books, but when you get out here into the real world, you get out into this lion's den called Earth, okay, with people. You understand me? That will give you a special knowledge. You understand me? A wisdom that can't be taught. Let's talk about strength. Not just physical strength. Strong enough mentally. Some of you are not strong enough mentally to stand up for yourself. I'm going to say it for you. Stop letting people run over you. I'm going to think for you today. Let me talk for a second. I got the mic. Stop letting people treat you any kind of way. I'm getting on you right now. Yes, I'm getting on you. Stop letting people walk over you. Stop allowing people to play with you. Learn how to command respect with your disposition, with your words, the way you carry yourself. People will know. You will have an aura around you, especially, when you're living right. We have a certain level of purity that puts an aura around you that says, don't play with me. Ladies have that too. Ladies who have a certain level of... one thing about a woman, this is what I know about women. A woman who has class, a woman who has beauty and standards and intelligence, her presence has a way of saying, don't even come play with me. she ain't got a pretty woman that's smart, ain't got some class, ain't got to say a word. Her aura says, don't come to me with no foolishness. Right? A strong man is the same way, who has some sense, a man who is about business. You don't have to. So when I say command respect, it's not about you going out checking people, even though that's necessary now and then, to be honest. Every now and then you got to, hold on, hit the brakes, freeze. You hear me? But for the most part, it's just the way you carry yourself. In other words, like my uncle taught me, you don't open yourself up for certain conversations. What does that mean? When you live a certain type of way and you have a certain type of energy, you don't even open yourself up to have certain conversations, for people to even have a conversation with you a certain way. Does that make sense? So you see it before it happens. In other words, the Bible says a prudent man foresees evil and hides himself. When you got some sense and you have some strength about yourself, you will basically cut a door or close a door before they even try to open it. Does that make sense? So it's the way you carry yourself. So that strength of Samson, obviously that was supernatural. It came from the spirit of the Most High, Elohim. It was because of his commitment to God, his devotion. Obviously, he had a higher calling as a Nazarite. He was being raised up, obviously, to be a spiritual leader. That's what a Nazarite was. And we need that now. So if you call yourself a chosen one, chosen man or woman, you are, in a sense, a spiritual leader. And that requires strength. That requires wisdom. You see how I'm tying this together? So as a chosen man or woman, you need wisdom and strength. You got to have both. Because you got people out there who have a certain level of swagger about themselves, or of toughness, mental toughness, energy, personality, but they may lack the wisdom. And then you have those who have the wisdom, but they're just too timid, right? And people exploit that. So I'm saying in this video, especially for you people who are out here who are in business, especially for y'all who are out here leading people, especially for y'all who are out here trying to play some sports, like I know my audience, with the stuff y'all doing, right? Trying to do some music, trying to do business, you need to have both of these, gang. You cannot be out here weak. This world will destroy you when you're weak. You understand what I mean? You ever seen somebody with a tattoo says only the strong survive? There's some truth to that. Only the strong survive. You know what I mean? You're not going to make it out here. Being too delicate. Nice way of putting that. Being an easy target. When you have wisdom and strength, there is an aura around you. And I'm pretty sure as you hear this message, you can think about somebody. You know what? I know somebody that I respected, admired, a mentor, a father figure, a mother figure, a leader, whoever it is, influencer. They model both of those. This person was intelligent, but they also had a certain level of personality. And when you are chosen, people don't really want you to have that. They want to be able to play with you somehow. This has been my experience. And when you shut that down, now you're a phony. Now who you think you are? I thought you didn't think nothing. You thought that you were going to run over me because I'm righteous. Righteous does not mean weak. Righteous does not mean pushover. You're not going to play with me. To make it 1,000, I'm a man just like you are. Yes, I'm going to treat you with a certain level of respect on the strength of you being a man, and I'll expect the same thing back. Okay, I don't come talk you crazy, don't come talk to me crazy. I think that's like simple, right? Basics, And again, when you have a certain aura, people don't even approach you that way. So how does this look on a practical basis to have the strength of Samson and the wisdom of Solomon? You got to study. Get you about 5 books on the subject. It's something you're trying to understand. If you're trying to understand a particular subject, let's say you're trying to understand astrology, you're trying to understand business, spiritual warfare, fitness, music industry. Maybe you have some area of study. Get you 5 books, man, sis, and read off of them carefully. Don't be a lazy learner. That's my advice to you. I'm not saying I know everything, but one thing Big Bro is a lazy learner. I used to go to the library in my 20s for hours. When people was out on Saturday turning up and I said I'm better than them, this is how I became who I became, I would be in the library for hours reading. I used to how you go to the library, get a study room? I would get a study room and have my laptop, my notepad, highlighters, and pen, and I would work for hours. And I was just like, it was like a paradise almost, because I loved that process of learning, getting information. I wish I had the same experience. Don't be lazy. Don't just listen to an ebook. Get you a real book, family. Get you an actual book. Highlight it. Sit there with the book. Think, meditate, walk around. That's how you process information. Don't just sit there and try to digest it real quick and then regurgitate it back out to somebody else. That's not learning. That's not learning. Learning is you actually process it. And when you learn it, you can say it simple. When you can't say it simple, you have not learned it yet. Sometimes people complicate or make something sound more complex because they don't quite get it. Yeah, so that's my 2 cents with that. In terms of strength, take care of yourself. Learn self-defense. Okay, make it plain. Be able to defend yourself if you have to. It's part of manhood, part of womanhood. Get into shape. Go to the gym. See, I ain't trying to hear all that. You need to hear all this. You need to hear all this. What you mean not trying to hear it? Why not? Take care of yourself. Have some physical strength and, of course, spiritual strength. Prayer, meditation. Now, I've always taught that. I made that plain over the last 5 years. Anybody don't know that about me? You never listen to my content at all. I mention prayer and meditation probably almost every video. So that's obvious. That's apparent. So it's a spiritual as well as a physical. And that combination makes you indispensable. So, chosen men and women need the strength of Samson and the wisdom of Solomon. That is a powerful 1-2 punch. And essentially, you need God. Okay? God is Samson's strength. Let me break it down, make it plain. God was Solomon's wisdom. That part. You need to be connected to the Most High. That's it. That's the message. So do it. Have both. Stop letting people talk you out of who you're supposed to be. Stop letting people put you. In other words, what am I saying? I'm making it plain. In case you're not getting it. In case you haven't, I made it plain. In case you haven't gotten this yet. Let me make it plain for you. For those sitting there squinting your eyes trying to figure it out. Make it plain. Stop letting people put you in a box. Do you understand that? Stop letting people. You can't put me in a box. So some of y'all got a problem with me. When any box put me, I'm breaking out of it every time. Boop, out. I can't be put in a box. Be authentic. Be yourself. And when you can do that, that can give you a certain level of wisdom and a certain level of strength. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for listening. God bless.